So check this out, everyone. Do you see it? If you believe the company's claims, this is the ultimate fire starter. It's better than anything else out on the market. The company claims this. They say that this is an emergency fire starter that's easier to use than the competition. It's more efficient. It's also non-toxic. It's waterproof. It's weather resistant. And it will burn through sleet, rain, snow, and wind. 100% waterproof. Easy to light, lightweight. A quarter-size ball will burn for 15 minutes. This is the PYRO Putty, and this comes from a company called Skope. Skope. Very strange. I looked into this company just a little bit, and they sell a whole bunch of like cell phone, smartphone accessories, like a case that can be mounted on a window sort of thing for your iPhone. And then they have this, the ultimate fire starter. In this episode, we are going to put their claims to the test. We're going to check this out and see if it's well worth the money, because this is an expensive product. This is really expensive. This is roughly $13 for this small 2-ounce can. I'm not saying that you get 2 ounces of fire starter. That's the weight of the entire package, 2 ounces. You're getting less than 2 ounces of fire starter with this. That's crazy, isn't it? The weight of the fire starter in the can is 2 ounces. The weight of the actual fire starter is 1.5 ounces. So you're getting 1.5 ounces of fire starter for $13. All I have to say is that this fire starter better be very good. This is the box for the PYRO Putty, and it says quite a bit here. PYRO Putty, just light it up. Finally, the fire starter that you've been looking for, because all of the others are so terrible, I guess, right? This is their winter blend. The company offers different blends for different seasons. How they are different, I have no idea. The one thing that I do know is that there's a temperature performance chart here on the side. Unfortunately, the information on the box and also on their website is different. They say that the winter blend is good for temps down to -10 Fahrenheit, whereas the summer blend is good for temps up to 100 Fahrenheit. The website actually states different information. It states -20 for the winter blend and 110 for the summer blend. All in all, that's just marketing gimmick. Marketing gimmick. You may be wondering what the materials are for this fire starter. I have no idea. And that's because the company simply does not state. But here's your can, a fire starter. I mean, very, very small. Check this out. This is the lens cap for my camera. My lens cap is bigger. Proudly made in the USA. I do like that, but I don't like the small amount of this stuff. Simply too small. Proudly made in the USA, PYRO Putty. It says on the back here, pre-stack wood in your stove, fireplace, or fire pit. Use your finger or a piece of kindling to scoop out a piece of the PYRO Putty from the can, stretching the fibers. Light the PYRO Putty before or after placing it under your stacked wood, making sure the flame is coming into contact with the wood. So let's go ahead and open this up. On the inside, this stuff looks really, really bizarre. It smells like cotton candy, maybe. It has a sweet sort of odor to it. So that is the PYRO Putty. And as you can see there, it's not a lot. This is what you're getting for $13. It's slimy feeling. It's kind of like putty, but not really. It's some sort of chemical mixed with like cotton. You can see the fibers inside of this. And it looks like the same sort of cotton from like a Q-tip or something along those lines. It's waxy, but yet it's different. It's more of a chemical than, say, wax. But, I mean, folks, that is not much. Especially when they say that a quarter-size ball burns for 15 minutes. So, I mean, that is a good chunk. That's a good-sized piece. That's roughly the size of a quarter. That's a quarter-size ball. That's a huge chunk out of what you get for $13. Whatever this is extremely goopy. It's now on my fingers. It's very slimy, and I don't like it. I will tell you all why I don't like to handle this stuff in just a minute, and it goes beyond just the feel of it. So let's go ahead and try to light this up. Let's use a ferro rod and see if it will ignite as is, or do we need to pull it apart? This is a ferro rod that has seen some things. Check that thing out. Okay. So, you all can see there, it is not igniting. Okay, so that does not work. Let's go ahead and pull this apart. If this was a cotton ball covered in Vaseline, this would be burning already. Okay, so we finally got it lit. Let's do a timer. Wow, it's putting off a ton of black smoke and soot. Look at all that black smoke, everyone. Non-toxic. Something that puts off black smoke like that, it is not non-toxic. We are 1 minute in. It's burning away. The flame production's not bad. That flame's shooting up about 3.5 inches. But again, look at all that smoke. Without a doubt, you do not want to breathe this in. Again, the company claims this is non-toxic. I say absolute BS. The company claims a quarter-size bulb will burn for 15 minutes. We're 2 minutes in, and it's getting smaller and smaller. I do not see 15 minutes worth of run time, of burn time from this. Gosh, I mean, look at that. That is crazy. That's the same amount of smoke and soot that you would get from burning rubber, from burning a tire. Hopefully you all can see this. About 5 minutes now. The flame is quite a bit smaller. You can see that whatever the chemical is that they use is kind of like melting out. Okay, it's getting really small now. It looks like it's on its way out. We're at 5 minutes, 15 seconds. At this point, it would be a very poor fire starter. The flame production is simply too small. And I think it's out now. That is 6 minutes, 20 seconds, not even remotely close to 15 minutes. Okay. It does leave behind like a waxy sort of residue. So let's do the same thing again, but let's test for waterproofness. So it's basically the same size. I'll try to peel it apart a little bit here. That's not super easy to do because this is so goopy. They say it's 100% waterproof. Wow. Okay, so we did ultimately get it to ignite. It's burning some of those fibers that I pulled apart. But as you can see, it's not burning very well. Look at that. Hopefully you all can see this, but it's only that one little spot that's burning. Nothing else is. Okay, so now it's starting to take off. You can see the way that it's reacting with the water that's on there. So that gets me to believe that this is some sort of like wax-based solution. Something kind of like chapstick, almost. Now that it's burning, let's see how waterproof, how water resistant it is. I'm going to take the lid, a little bit of water, let's drop it on there. So, I say this is water resistant, but this is not waterproof. With enough water, with enough rain, enough sleet and snow, this would go out. So if a big drop of water falls on it, it pretty much goes out. If a big snowflake fell on it, it could be knocked out. Just like that. A little bit of snow knocked it out. This stuff is very, very wet. Very goopy. Let's see if we can get it to ignite again. Ugh. Gosh, come on, baby. There we go. Wait, did it go out? This stuff is now wet. And as you can see here, it's not performing very well. Before, it was just a little bit of water, yes, but this stuff is now, again, very wet, and it's not burning at all. When it's wet, it won't ignite with a lighter either. You can see how it's reacting there. For this stuff to work, it pretty much has to be dry. You can see just how poor this is performing. This is, oh, it just went out. Okay. All right, so this is done. Let me get a new piece. Let's light this up now and let's test this for wind performance. Here comes the black smoke. So let's start off very light. So that's pretty light. Oh, okay, that was easier than I thought. As far as wind performance goes, this is not very good. You really have to make sure that this is protected when you're using it. And not just from the wind, but also from moisture. A wet snowflake can easily put this out. Rain can put this out. Let's go ahead and put that out so it no longer pollutes the atmosphere. And let's talk about this for a second. So that is the overall performance of this Pyro Putty. Temperature-wise, we're looking at roughly 35 degrees. All in all, I'm not very impressed with the performance of this. When it comes to igniting this with a ferro rod, there's much easier products out there. The Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starters were much better than this. This stuff is so goopy. Even the fibers are covered in goop. So it takes quite a bit of work to really pull those fibers apart to expose them so you can light them up with a ferro rod. Using a lighter works. If this stuff is wet, it doesn't work. Any sort of moisture that comes into contact with this will essentially put it out. If it's damp, it can light, it will take some work, but it will. If it's wet, it's not going to burn at all. Wind resistance is rather poor for this. I tell you what, I really do not like touching this stuff. I really don't. The company claims it's non-toxic on the Amazon page, but guess what? Right here on the back of the box, it says this. Burning this product produces carbon monoxide, soot, and other substances known by the state of California to cause cancer. I don't know what the materials are for this. You can see how black that smoke is. This stuff is not non-toxic. What is the company saying here? That I can touch this, it's non-toxic? I can eat this? I can breathe this in? I mean, what do they mean by non-toxic? That's marketing mumbo jumbo. Talking about bull. Let's talk about the Amazon reviews for this product. One of the reasons that I purchased this was because it was so highly well reviewed on Amazon. 4.5 stars, 2,100 reviews for this. So super popular, awesome reviews. That's from a distance. But if you go in, you pay attention, you read the reviews, and you check out sites that analyze reviews, all of that stuff is nonsense. This is not a popular product. On Amazon, this is rated 4.5 stars. On sites that analyze reviews, this is a 1.5 stars. And you can see that. If you go to the Amazon reviews and actually start reading those, it's negative, 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 negative. But yet, they've been able to basically bury those negatives with thousands of positive paid reviews. All of the websites that analyze Amazon reviews say that this is a highly deceptive product. Only maybe 40% are true reviews, and those are the negative ones. Everything else is complete garbage. Based upon our experiences with the testing here, the pros for this product are the can's pretty cool. I like the can. As far as the product itself, garbage, don't buy it. This is hot garbage right here. The company says this. Let me read you all this. This is funny. Stay safe out there without slowing yourself down with propane, complicated fire starters, or lighters that need to be recharged. Propane is not a fire starter. What gives? Lighters that have to be recharged? Complicated fire starters? Again, there's just so much marketing nonsense. Propane doesn't even belong in there. It makes no sense at all. In my opinion, this is one of the biggest scams out there. As far as fire starters go, this is ridiculous. I don't want to touch it. I don't want it soaking into my skin. I did it for this video. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to throw this straight in the garbage, but I am going to keep the can though. I will. I like the little black can. I'm going to get the label off of this. There's just so much wrong with the company's claims about this product. Is it easy to ignite? No, not really. You can use a lighter, yeah. Ferro rod, it's difficult. It can be blown out very easily from the wind. It does not burn anywhere close to what the company claims. Folks, don't buy this. Don't waste your money on this. There are much better products out there. There's much better products from American companies. I spent my money on this product so I could test it out. I could see the pros and the cons, and I'm glad that I did this so I can warn you all of this product. This is not worth your money. This is not worth your time. This is extremely expensive for what it is. Plain and simple, cotton balls and Vaseline is a much superior product to this. And when you're burning that, it doesn't put off a big cloud of smoke like you're burning a tire out in the wilderness. Folks, I don't like this. And my review ends here. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you like this episode. You can support the channel if you want to. Become a member on Patreon, here on YouTube. I do appreciate it. Again, the outdoor gear review is agenda-free. I only share my thoughts, my opinions, and that's what this episode is all about. My thoughts, my opinions. If you disagree, comment down below. If you agree, comment down below. Here with the Outdoor Gear Review, you're free to share your thoughts and opinions, even if they're different than mine. But in the end, I do not like this. This is hot garbage. Strength and honor. Take care. Be well. By the way, if you have another fire starter that you would like for me to take a look at, shoot me an email. I appreciate it.